that looked like there was a lot of emotions in that game. What did you guys think? And when the calls were not going your way, how hard was it to kind of keep everything in check there?
Yeah, I mean, it was very frustrating out there for everybody, certainly in white uniform. And, we just kind of, I thought, we tried to play through it the best we could. Obviously, we lost our cool a little bit, but understandably so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you even mind when guys show emotion that way if you think they're standing up for something, or do they have to calm down in those moments? How do you want them to handle that?
Well, I think they had every right to be, upset. I certainly was upset. I wanted to make a point out there, and then, I thought the barrage of technicals might have been a little quick trigger, but it is what it is.
In terms of just the execution offensively, did it seem like they were doubling Ant and trying to get the ball out of his hands? What kind of, I guess, what kind of made it tough on you guys there?
Yeah, they made it. I mean, they doubled him for a little stretch there. I mean, then they stopped doubling him. But, John, like all night long, I thought we got to a lot of really good things offensively. I thought in the first half we missed layups. We got to the free throw line. We didn't convert there. But I love the way we were moving the ball, executing, getting great looks. Yeah, I mean, even mostly into the second half, I thought we were doing some really good things.
Chris Hine, go ahead.
Well, Chris, you mentioned that, you're not upset when guys are kind of standing up for something like that. Is it a sign more that you take it more that they care, or that more that they're frustrated, or kind of how do you take it when stuff like that happens in the heat of the moment?
Well, I never doubt whether these guys care or not, Chris. I think that's certainly that if they didn't care, they wouldn't be frustrated. So the two, kind of go hand in hand for me. And I thought, I thought we just tried to weather the storm. I kept telling them, like, we're right in this game. We tightened it up to 6. Dragic hits 2 threes. We kind of broke our back. That plus the offensive rebounds that gave them the opportunity to do so.
Do you sense that, obviously Cat and Jimmy have a history. Do you sense that Cat gets extra amped up in a game like this, and maybe the emotions sometimes affect the way that he plays at times, or how do you view that?
I mean, Cat's an emotional player. I think it's one of the things that drives him. You got to be careful about tempering that too much. I have no problem with Cat being amped up to play against Butler or anybody for that matter. And
Jason, go ahead.
Hey, Chris, with tonight, and then I know D'Angelo's frustrated about the Zion calls a couple games ago. Does this team feel like maybe it's like slighted by officials in general, or?
Hey, listen, until we start winning at a consistent level, like maybe we won't get some of the whistle that we think we deserve. So it's not about that. Right now, I think we got to just find a way to plow through.
How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, we just got to stay focused, play harder, play tougher. I thought tonight we did all those things like after that one kind of meltdown.
And then you guys they had a lot of text, but you did shoot more free throws than them, 7 more before the last minute. What I guess frustrated you the most, I guess, during the game? What
frustrated me the most is just the inconsistency. Yeah, the inconsistency. They seemingly let Cat play down the stretch, and he got some whistle down the stretch. So,
Rick, go ahead.
Chris, coaches have talked about toughness on this team for a long time now, and there seems to be a willingness to joust with people, but a lot of teams seem to know how to play physical, and the Wolves are still kind of learning how to play physical without whistles, without getting mucked up, without letting it get into their heads. Guys like Bam and Jimmy are 2 experts at it, and I'm just wondering, is some of that just a youth thing, or some of that is just an experience thing of learning how to get into these really mucking it up games and learning how to play that way?
Yeah, I think some of that's certainly the case. I mean, you got a 19-year-old kid playing against grown men who've been in the league for a long time. I mean, I think it's a natural imbalance right there. Doesn't mean that we're not tough. Just means that we don't have our man strength yet. We have Jaden McDaniels. He's probably as tough as they got in the league, but weighs 170 pounds. Or whatever he weighs. I mean, I have no problem with our team's toughness. Like, I like our toughness right now. We just got to grow into it a little bit.
Speaking of Jaden, he was missed tonight quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously a big defensive player for us. Be able to stretch the floor, make shots. Would have lengthened our rotation a little bit, but no excuses. So
We'll go last one to Dane. Dane, go ahead.
Chris, kind of along those lines, how did you feel that the new kind of very different starting lineup, worked tonight? Again, you talked about before the game, kind of the second unit needing to play a little bit better. And tonight it seemed like that's kind of where it fell apart too, was with that second unit. How did that all kind of mesh together? Or maybe what would you have done differently?
I mean, I don't think I would have done anything differently, Dane. The first unit was cooking. And they had 32 at the end of the quarter. They should have 38, 40. In particular, I thought the first quarter was real strong and thought we moved the ball really well. Losing D'Lo certainly hurt. Second unit, they went in, they tried. In the second quarter, they missed a lot of really good shots. Juancho struggled tonight. He had some good looks. But to be fair, we didn't really, once with no Jaden and lost D'Lo and foul trouble, we couldn't be creative with some of our lineups.
And then I just, for those of us who weren't there, when the Ricky and D'Lo texts happened simultaneously, can you just kind of describe to us what happened there? Ricky seemed to be on one side of the floor, D'Lo on the other. What was that kind of 30 seconds?
I haven't talked to those guys yet, what they said. I think Ricky was just up asking a question. And I don't know about D'Lo because I hadn't seen him yet after the game to have that conversation.